Literally, the intro of the video was a yawn. God damn it. I'm just kidding. What's going on? Today's video. For one, I got a can of NOS, but it's not like any other ordinary can of NOS. It's got this cap at the top where you just twist it back on. It's probably refillable too, so that's lit. This is NOS high performance and energy and enhanced mental focus. We're about to see if that shit's true, brah. Holy fuck. Alright. I feel much better. More awake. I don't care. It's the next day. I don't care. I also realize that most of the videos that are about my personal life don't fucking matter. No one wants to see that crap. People just want to see gameplays. That's understood. I'm gonna quit with the whole baby going Dolph shit type bullshit that people don't want to watch. I'm gonna get more practical with my channel. You know? I've noticed also my videos have been getting a lot more popular. So guys, I just made this car. I'm gonna show you how I made this car. I'm gonna show you guys how to make it. First, you're gonna need the 1980s Ferrari, or for that matter, the Grotti Cheetah Classic. You know, for the nerds spectrum, and for the bras, just look for that 1980s Ferrari. You know. Anyway, what you want to do is you want to take this Ferrari. And yeah, many people just want to call it the Grotti Cheetah Classic. You can if you want. I like calling cars by their real names. But I believe this is a 1980s Ferrari. I could be wrong. My nose is so stuffed up. Also, I'm tired. No sleep. But I don't need sleep when I don't eat food. I don't eat food anymore. I only eat chili cheese burritos from Taco Bell. No, I'm living off chemicals, man. I'm only drinking NOS Energy and Diet Pepsi and to some extent just all kinds of flavors of Mountain Dew. I'm not impassive, so there's no guarantee that guy's a douche over there. He might not kill me. Alright, I knew that some douchebag. This is what my problem is with today's generation of Grand Theft Auto players. Just a bunch of fucking faggot nerds. God fucking damn it, I ain't got my homing launcher. I probably dropped it. Yeah, god damn it. Hang on. God. Of course, you have to do this whenever I'm streaming. Of course, you see, the tryhard always ends up getting in the jet and blowing everybody else up, but when I'm streaming, has to blow me up. Of all people, he's more than Jesus Christ. I'll never be like him. I ain't got that kind of skill. I'm sorry, people, but I'll never amount to a tryhard because I'm not good enough at this game to afford a Hydrojet, even though I own a DeLorean. They can fly with missiles. By the way, I got missiles for my DeLorean now, by the way, guys. It's kind of lit. Why did that person just say, your car is great when I have no fucking car? I got blown the fuck up. I love this can, man, of NOS. I know this ain't no ASMR video. I know none of you guys want to hear the crunching of the can, but whenever you drink from it, man, it just makes that kind of noise. I'm gonna actually keep this fucking can since it looks reusable, man. Okay.
I'll bring it by.
Like I said, I like 80s cars and Russian women. I'm starting to get more people besides Gerard and Isaac to watch my vids, which is kind of sweet. Wait, meet me halfway. I love this song. Well, I'll say this person can race me. What a pussy. Come on, race me. You know what? I want gold rims on this. I want gold rims on this. I don't give a fuck. And this. Ah, man. Look at that. Look at this beaut. Look at this beaut. Okay. Put this on secondary. You're gonna make the color scheme primary whites. I mean, primary red, secondary white. I hope I didn't fuck you guys up. Get that secondary color for more contrast. Engine block, I have it as white, but you guys can have it as red. I don't care. I really don't care. I keep it stock exhausts. Fenders, I get vented rear fenders instead of classic rear. I don't really need that. I have it like this. You can, I don't really recommend this, or this. I really just recommend keeping it like that, or possibly like that. You know what I mean? For your hood, like I said, this is supposed to be like a racing Ferrari. Roof, I put a grotty white sunstrip. You can put, what did I say, white? You can put any sunstrip, but it has to be a sunstrip to some extent. You know, make it look more, rice it out a bit. I know I hate ricers, but I put that for more contrast. Now I get the retro GT spoiler since, well, I get it, the retro spoiler is cool, but the retro GT spoiler is basically the retro spoiler with a extra additional spoiler, which the look of that's just amazing. Lowest suspension, the rest doesn't matter. It's all your preference really, but we can actually make this car look pretty nice. Like tight rims, color. Gold. Hell yes. Dudes. Hell yes, my dudes. None of that looks gold at all. Low key. They need to make it more glistening and much more brighter and less bronze looking. You know what I mean? Just. Part of me doesn't even want the gold rims on there, but I don't want to take it back either. I just wasted some money on it. It's alright looking. I guess what we'll do. I don't care. It's cool. I don't give a fuck. Rims are your preference, but anything red, I want gold rims too. But like I said, if you guys, you can make your guys' cars however you want them. This is how I like mine. It looks dope. Okay. Hey guys, I'm gonna show you guys how to make a lot of money. Believe me, this Scheisse is easy. Yeah, I spoke German. Yeah, that's so, I'm so amazing, aren't I? I know. You guys probably cringed. Oh, fuck. Listen to this. I like the aggressiveness of I like Vinewood Boulevard Radio. It's so chill. It matches my attitude. It really does. Still no viewer. I'm noticing I'm getting quite a few comments. Yeah, I do read comments, but I don't care what you put. That's the thing. You can put whatever you want. I mean, you have your free amended rights. I don't. That's the beauty of my channel. I don't care what you put. You're free to put whatever you want. All right, guys. Friend me, SM36415. That is SM as in Sierra, Mike, and then 36415. Just to get the full, just to make sure you got my name. Alright. Alright. I need to change the grill to this DeLorean. I really do need to change that grill. How it's just like flat. I don't like that. I want there to be some more. I don't know. I want it to be more vented. But then again, I wanted to make it more like the original DeLorean. Since it doesn't have a DMC logo, it has an Impande logo. And since nerds like to call this car the Deluxo. Yeah, people call this thing the Deluxo? I mean, what the fuck is a Deluxo? Man, I know. People will never get... Only people that will understand the true name of this car, the DeLorean, is people that either are a fan of DeLoreans or people that have watched Back to the Future. Only two people. You know what? Hydraulics. Hover hydraulics. I'm just kidding. Alright guys, let's make money. So, the jobs I'm going to be picking today, Rockstar created. Cops capacity. That and trash talk back to back are very great ways of making a lot of money if you have a DeLorean. You know. People are telling me I got a real bad addiction with NOS. Here's the thing. Whenever I drink high sugar energy drinks, always brush your teeth. I brush my teeth about 3 times a day. Alright. The real secret is, the truth is energy drinks and shit are bad for you. But you just gotta learn how to stick with your daily hygiene and adjust. It's okay to do bad shit to yourself, if you can just, you know, find the right hygiene routine for it. You know what I mean? Like, alright, you want to eat Big Macs? Motherfucker, go for it, man. But just make sure to do however many pounds that quarter pounder was. Well, however much pounds that you put on, make sure to do 10 times the amount of pounds that you put on from that meal. And make sure that, you know, let's say you gained 4 pounds from that fucking meal, I don't know. Then I need you to do 8 fucking stomach crunches. And I'm gonna need to do you double that amount of push-ups and sit-ups, man. Or find something that works for you, man. Or at least eat fast food. Do what I do, man. I eat fast food about maybe once every week. Every Friday night I get a pizza, man. It's simple. I love pizzas. I love Fridays. Uh, Last night was a Friday, so I ordered a pizza, man. And guess what? I watched a movie. Alright, now this part is useless for us, my fellow ass kickers. That's what you guys would be called, the little ass kickers. I'm just kidding. I don't know. You guys are just gonna be called you guys. I can't think of anything more creative. Alright, I really can't. I'm bad with names, I'll be honest with you. I thought about it. Even if, let's say metaphorically, I have a kid. His name is gonna be Kid. And even if it's a she, then I'll let the missus name her. But if it's a dude, I'm naming him Kid. Alright, his name is literally gonna be Kid. Alright, man. Then when you're done with that, you're just gonna fly over to the riot van. I mean, after that, you have to fly over to, like, the, what was it? The motorcycles or whatever. The police motorcycles. That you never ever see any police officers actually using online. For some odd reason. Holy shit, this can is almost empty, man. I guess I won't drink any more NOS for the rest of the day. People are telling me I'm killing myself in this. Ladies and gents, I drank a gallon of NOS one day. Let me tell you something. I lost about 30 pounds. I took the fattest piss of my life. Like, that piss must have been so fucking fat. People are probably gonna be like in the comment section, no one wants to know how fat your piss was. I'm just saying, man, I lost some weight from that puppy, man. I'm just saying, man. Living off chemicals, man, not the greatest choice, but like, it works, man. I mean, like hot wings, chili, nachos and cheese, pizza. It's about it, man. Really, I mean, I'll eat other shit if it's given to me, but and chili cheese burritos, perhaps chimichanga. But upon that, my dudes, that's about it, man. That, NOS, Mountain Dew, Red Bull. Yeah, I know the thing about Red Bull, the dirty little Red Bull secret, but you know, now we gotta fly all the way over there to destroy a prison bus. Oh fuck! Oh, did you guys just see that amazing spiral? I hope I caught that on camera, man. Okay, let me answer a few questions that nobody ever gave me questions about. Question 1. Do I give a shit? Probably not. Question 2. I can't even think of a second. Start asking me questions, guys, so I can answer them. I'm running out of retarded questions to ask myself. To answer in front of you guys. I'm not that creative. Anyway. So, anyway, liberals now are... well, they've always been retarded, but... I mean, like I said, liberals have always been retarded. So they're now saying, well, I mean, they've been saying this. They said the only way that I can ensure that the AR-15 won't take another life is if it doesn't exist. Okay, so the only way to stop an inanimate object, an object which requires a person to use, just like it requires a person to drive a car. Alright. Now, think about that. It requires a person to use. The only way of stopping the firearm, they can't do anything if somebody's not using it. If it's put up in a safe, it's not harming anybody. Am I right? If I have 1,000 guns on this table right now, brah, and I say guns kill, man, and then they're gonna be like, nah, man, because you know why, man? The reason why, because guns aren't living things; they're machines. I'm not saying machines can't kill people, because you know machines can. If the person is an idiot, or if there's a freak accident, or in the case of guns, for the matter being, somebody uses a gun incorrectly. So anyway, I made a few comments on this liberal video, and after I saw retarded comments, and I had to say something about that comment. Many people are like, don't let it bother you. I've had my amazing ex-girlfriend tell me, don't let it bother you. Why let what other people say bother you when you're such an amazing person? And I just took that thought, and I'm just like, yeah, why should I let it bother me? Because people actually read into this garbage. That's why it bothers me. I realize now why my problems are involved with more of like the real world issues is that people actually believe this garbage. I mean, listen, it's either you believe in the right to defend yourself. Oh, hang on, I'm not getting off topic this time. I get off topic too much on my ramblings. I'm sorry, you guys. What the hell? Okay, so basically, what the video was stating is, let's just get rid of guns so that we can be peaceful. And that wasn't the video, as the comment. And I said, you're a retard if you get rid of the guns to the people. That doesn't apply to the unlaw-abiding citizens, such as criminals. People that do not abide by the law are criminals. Okay, nor are they really citizens, but, you know, we'll get into that in a bit. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta blow my nose. Quite frankly, nobody wants to hear that. And quite frankly, the way I see it, man, there's only really 2 ways that this country's gonna go about. It's either more security. No, I mean, our government is watching us through our televisions and through our computers, and they have little drones or the size of bees that they fly around, and they watch us. All right, security and cameras. It's to the point where they're probably watching us take showers. They're probably watching us watch porn. Okay, and it's to the point where they're watching us do other things as well. But for the most part, I'm not the stoner type that's like, it's all about the government, man. It's all the man's fault, man. Well, to some extent, I am like that. But to another extent, I try to get past that whole argument of, it's about the government, man. It's all their fault. Well, it's not the government's fault that they have to enact certain laws because certain idiots do stupid shit with other shit. But then again, because there's criminals, I don't lose my rights. Because there's criminals, because there's people that don't abide by the law, doesn't mean that people that do abide by the law, me, hint hint, other conservative people, hint hint, and other just regular citizens, big fucking hint. Oh, hang on, dudes, this is Baker Street by Gary, what's his name? I don't know. Gary I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. Fuck that. Anyway, man, this song is catchy as hell. Alright, man. Well, you know that actually... Hang on, get off topic real quick. You know that actually used to be my alarm clock sound? I would feel so awakened in the morning. Anyway. yeah, so oh yeah, because there's criminals, I don't lose my rights. I'm gonna say that a lot. Because there is criminals out there that expect to have everybody's rights taken from them by them. Okay, so criminals' real goal is for people as individual rights to be taken away so that the government can ensure the safety of the people. In other words, stating that no citizen should have the right to own a firearm. That way, we can break into their house before they can call 911 so that the police may show up, so that we can tie them down with whatever and steal everything they got and rape their family and kill them. Is basically what criminals want. And so, you see, because the police aren't always going to be there 24/7, because the teacher isn't going to keep her head turned 24/7, she's not going to see little Billy Bob fucking throwing paper airplanes at Jimmy John. Alright, you're not going to see that happening. Alright, you're just not. And because there are people out there, they just get away with it, man. And the reason why is because police aren't there 24/7. Because it's not their job to be there 24/7. Their job is to be in their office doing their paperwork and shit, and doing patrols and shit. That's the police's real job. I mean, their job is to protect us, the civilians, right? The unarmed people, and they. Okay, so if you know anything about police, all right. I don't know too much about police, but I know this much. Whenever they take control of the situation, their goal is not to kill a individual. Their goal is to injure the individual so they may be apprehended and brought to justice. In other words, so that they can go to prison and rot the rest of their life and feel miserable about committing a crime. So that when they are released, they may not commit that crime because most of their rights were taken from them via going to prison and being a convict. Or hang on real quick, one thing I kind of wanted to point out: why the fuck is there a playground in Grand Theft Auto when you already know damn well that there's no kids? I mean, holy shit. I mean, I'm a grown-ass man right here, walking around on a kid slide. You know what? This is gonna be my clubhouse. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Go fuck yourselves. This is my new base of operations. I don't care. Go ahead. Laugh your ass off. This is my command post. I ruled. This is my kingdom. I'm actually gonna live underneath this slide. This is gonna be my shelter, like in that one episode of Family Guy. I'm just kidding. That's lame. Alright. Anyway. Yeah, so because going to prison, going to jail, just having a criminal record of any sort or anything, you are not going to have the rights as the person that didn't commit those crimes. Alright? Which would therefore restrict your chances of doing that crime again. But since there's things such as the black market that exist, and no, it's not directly called the black market. The black market's a reference term, umbrella term used by us to describe basically how people will sell other people things illegally that they should normally not have. How street thugs somehow get a hold of handguns, yet they've been to jail 15 times because the liberals always let them out on shit like, oh, it was just a DUI. Well, DUIs result in the death of thousands of Americans per year. So when you act like it's not a big deal, you're spitting in the faces of those who lost family members from idiot drivers that are driving under the influence of drugs and alcohol. Alright, that's just the reality. Alright, and you're spitting in the faces of those people whenever you say that, oh, he was illegal So because he's a Mexican, you're racist for, well, alright. Let's do this. Let's say he did have a DUI, right? Let's say, because this was a real story. He got caught with a DUI, which does result in nobody was killed, but it results in the death of many people in this country. Yet they want to act like it's not a big deal. On top of that, he had no business of being in this country to begin with. Yet for him to be caught committing a crime, if it wasn't already a crime for him to be in this country illegally. My God, listen, if you want to take the fact of certain murders happening in Texas, that happened in Texas, where I don't, when I say murders, I mean more of just like a few people. I don't know any names, but I've read articles and stories, and I know that these are probably true because they're not covered by major time news, where somebody was killed by an illegal immigrant on accident. Quote, on accident, because he, was aiming at somebody else. Oh, but he was aiming at somebody else. He wasn't intending to shoot this person. It doesn't matter. He still took the life of that person, yet he was an illegal immigrant with a criminal record, shouldn't have even had a gun. Okay, well, let's do this. How illegal was it? He was an illegal immigrant. Check. Alright, that he had no business being in this country at all. Took the life of an American person. That's illegal. Check. And he shouldn't have had a firearm to take that person's life. So he bought it illegally because he had a criminal record. Do you see the amount of crimes that were committed there? And yet liberals want to act like that's not a big deal. Okay, because whenever you say that's not a big deal, it only makes it a bigger deal when you give people, like, whenever you play the victim card to those people, you're just allowing them to just get away with it. All right, and it creates real victims, like like the people killed and the families who have to now deal with a loss in their family. Those are the real victims, and they want to see the criminal be brought to justice. And whenever you try to excuse the criminal's crime as a misbehavior, I don't know. I just can't deal with this topic anymore. It's just way too frustrating for me to wrap my head around the concept of how retarded some people are. I don't know. You tell me what you think. I'm really curious. Like, I mean, like, I don't know. I'd actually read a book about it or something. I'm curious. Anyway, other topics of today's news. Grand Theft Auto sucks, and here's why. Okay, let's check this out. Why does Grand Theft Auto suck? Alright, let me show you. Because in this game, everything's overpriced. It doesn't matter what people tell you. No, it doesn't matter. Because the reality is, it is overpriced. Well, let me take you through an older update. And then one that was, it's kind of old. It's old news. No one really cares about it too much. Where is it? Okay, let's say you want to buy this for $3,250,000. $3,250,000. A little bit less than the car I bought, the DeLorean. Okay, let's say we want to put this on there, right? Lighting, for the sake of the video, maximum. Floor graphics. This. Office furniture. How much expensive they have. Living quarters, yes, and modern. Workshop. Why the hell not? A $5,670,000, not considering all of the upgrades that you're gonna buy on your planes, let alone the fact that you have to buy the planes. Do you not see the issue here? Okay, okay. All of this. Ugh. Alright, let's go to warstock.com where you can buy your planes. Okay, the F1 Hunter, that's 4 million. Basically this almost the same price as the hangar itself, not counting the upgrades. That's about 10 million. Do you not see how overpriced this is? And this wasn't Smuggler's Run, so yes, this is relevant. Let's say you want to buy this, 6 million, more than the hangar itself, not counting the upgrades. You're going to be wasting, like, tons of fucking money. And for the tryhards that do waste real money for in-game money, they get the heavy advantage here to where everybody else, the real community of players that don't waste their lives savings on a fucking on a 6-year-old game, it just spits in their face. I also like it how the scroll thing, when I go to click on something, it's a middle finger instead of a pointer finger. I just like that. Damn it, that's about it of all my NOS. Hang on. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. I'm kind of sick. And it does not feel good at all. Recently we got the Scramjet, which if you are an uneducated fuck, you would not know the movie Speed Racer, where this car originates from. I'm just kidding. Nah, it does come from the movie Speed Racer. Great fucking movie when I was a kid. I'm not quite sure if it's still relevant. Yeah. Lots of good sports cars. Kinda wanted to buy this. Some says 80s about it. But in the case of that not being the case, I thought about buying this. I don't know, it looks nice. It looks 80s-esque. Older style. I like that. So yeah, I am buying 80s sports cars and supercars. That's what I'm saving my money up for in this game. Obviously I'm not getting many places, but who gives a damn? Oh right, I forgot I should probably I don't know how the hell I should. Alright, give me 5 milliseconds. I'm just kidding. Let me fly all the way over here. I think I don't know what I think. What do I think? I think a lot of things. Alright, yeah, so we have a DeLorean with missiles. How badass can we get? I mean, and it's in Chrome. It's in Chrome, mind you. Jobs. Play jobs. Recently played jobs. I wonder if we get trash talk. That's a fun job. Here we go, trash talk. Yes, these jobs are easy because of the DeLorean. The only one. Why is my starting weapon always the advanced rifle? I could give a damn less about that gun, honestly. Assault SMG? Anyway. You know, I hate whenever I don't move my legs. They get so fucking stiff. And it's just like, I need to just stretch my legs out. Just like lay back, relax. You know, if it's one thing I love doing, I love kicking back on a nice little Saturday. You know, mid-Saturday. Maybe watch Scarface with a few cans of Mountain Dew and some popcorn. Or perhaps maybe watch an 80s zombies movie. Or just, you know, something 80s movie-esque, you know, like Weird Science or or Back to the Future, perhaps, and maybe something that made in the 2000s, but seems more like the 80s, like American Psycho. You know, just something that fits decent class. I don't know. I love doing this with my DeLorean. Backflips. Or front flips, I mean. I've gotten so skilled at it. Like, I'll be honest with you guys. I want another DeLorean. I want 2 DeLoreans, for Christ's sake. You're probably gonna be like, why? Well, before you ask too many questions, never fucking mind, I'm too damn tired. Before you ask too many damn questions, let me just answer saying, because the DeLorean is the DeLorean. DeLoreans are love, DeLoreans are life. I'm just gonna stop. I just like DeLoreans, man. I just love the look of them, man. The stainless steel slickness. Besides, I'm a very big Back to the Future fan. I'm a bit of a nerd. But I'm also a car nerd. I'll be honest with you guys. If somebody were to give me a choice between... It's gonna be a hard choice, but between Playboy magazine and a Hot Rod magazine, I'm more likely to pick the Hot Rod and Gun magazine than a Playboy magazine. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, very tough choice. I'm gonna see the... Here's the reason why I would say the gun catalog or perhaps the automotive catalog. The reason I'd say that's over the Playboy catalog is probably because, for one, I'm more likely to get something a lot more productive out of the Hot Rod catalog, perhaps. Maybe find ad in the catalog that, you know, is for, let's say a suspension kit, right, that I need for my my Pontiac GTO. Well, let's just say metaphorically, I own a Pontiac GTO. But by the way, John DeLorean, John Zachary DeLorean, the guy that made the DeLorean, also designed the Pontiac GTO and the Pontiac Firebird and tons of other cars. But for that matter, or at least he helped design those cars. But you know, just fun facts. Anyway. Say I own a Pontiac GTO. I'm gonna buy a suspension kit for it, and I see there's a discount from one. I see it in that catalog. You see what I mean? Or let's say I own a Chevy El Camino, and they're selling custom shocks for it or some shit. Or I don't know. Just perhaps maybe even they're selling better transmission kits for it or something. Like I said, I'm more likely to get something overall more productive out of those magazines. Because I could probably order it in, have parts delivered. Alright, never mind. I gotta kill everybody. By the way, the thing that I find so hysterical about the missiles on this thing, they auto-lock onto people. Not players, but like AIs. But yeah, if you actually notice, that's a person right there. Watch this. $25 EXP, that's a person. Here's a good example. Watch this. So I mean, it will actually auto-lock onto people. And here's gonna be the greatest example. Oh yeah. I'm just kidding. Boop. It auto locks on the people. Well, AIs. But for this matter, this does make base assaults on, most wanted, it does make the challenge a lot easier. I do wish, however, with the DeLorean, I wish that they had a countermeasure system installed in, like, the skirts. Have, like, a small opening where it just, like, shoots out, like, 6 flares, 3 on each side, to evade missiles and shit like that. And I do wish that they boost the hover mode speed. Then I think the DeLorean would be godly. But of course, it's never gonna fucking happen. But like I said, I don't know, that'd be kind of cool to see, even if it could just drop, like, tear gas bombs and shit like that, or just napalm strikes with the DeLorean. I don't know, I have all these wild dreams for it, but you never know. Anyway, yeah, the GTA community sucks because, for one, the people, you pay to win, basically. And it will always be that way because everything's gonna be so overpriced. As far as GTA 6 goes, as far as GTA 6 goes, I don't want there to be a GTA 6. And no, it's not that I'm an overbearing fan of GTA 5 necessarily. It's just I don't want the cancer to be real. I mean, I already see the cancer basically happening before the game comes out. It's going to be around perhaps release day, somewhere around December probably, like they did GTA 5. They're going to sell tons of copies. It's going to be $140 for the damn game. Everyone will pay that much money for it since it's not a sports game. But anyway, for that matter, but right when the game first comes out, everyone's going to be complaining. And you know why? Because it's not going to have online to start off with. Kind of like a GTA never had. Tennis court. Tuck it up like yeah. Like yeah. Put up like yeah. Tennis court. Put up like yeah. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's not gonna have online because like GTA 5 didn't have online until later on. Yeah, it's not gonna have online on launch, and it's gonna be cancer. Because you're gonna have all the 11-year-old kids saying, "What the fuck? I just paid so much money for the." Then you're gonna have the imbeciles. Here's the thing about Sonardo, whatever his fucking name was. I think it was Sonardo or some retarded Mexican name or something. Fernando or some shit. He claimed that he had Grand Theft Auto 6. If you look close enough to it, it was a Blu-ray disc that wasn't even a proper O shape in the very center. You know where where originally you. I don't know how to describe it. So every disc, if you take a disc right now, you're gonna see the spot where you put your finger through. Well, at least I always put my finger through that circle in the middle, and then I line it up to the tray and put it in that way to a PS4, because the PS4 doesn't have a tray like the PS3. Well, I don't think the PS3 had a tray either. You just slided it in and it would just read the disc. But that little circle in the middle was actually an oval that was uneven and had a weird bent to it, which meant it wasn't real. Yeah, so all these retarded claims that he kept saying, And now he's like, oh, it won't work on my GTA. Like, once he made the first, I already knew it wasn't real when I heard it, because for one, if GTA 6 were to be specially released, I'm pretty sure more people would be talking about it than just that little shitty YouTuber, because you know his channel isn't that big. And that's the beauty about it. You can tell when they're lying. They're gonna say, well, I have a special contact with this person. I had this kid at my school say he got a job from Rockstar to test, certain vehicles in GTA before they come out. Alright, for one, he's allowed to, disclaim that to people, or not disclaim, but he's able to tell people that, but he's not able to tell anything about the game itself. All that's purely confidential. When I asked him about the APC, before it was announced, I had a feeling that they'd include an APC style vehicle, or for many people that are like, well, how did you know it was an APC? But see, because an APC is a real vehicle in real life. Alright, an all-terrain vehicle that go in water and land. It's like a tank. And the reason I predicted that they'd have an APC-like vehicle, a water land vehicle, was, well, actually, I don't know why I had that feeling. I felt that we needed a lot more shit going from the ocean. I felt that I don't know, I felt that there was not enough shit out there in the ocean. Any vehicles that could really be that compatible and that durable. So I thought perhaps maybe there'd be a cool vehicle that we can drive into the water that can work as a boat when it's, fully submerged in water or something, for some interesting, cool missions. Well, gun running came out and I mean, because here's the thing, we already had an ATV that worked the same way from the other. We already had vehicles like that, so why not put a heavier vehicle for heavier duty? And this is way before the update was announced. And the guy's like, there, well, I can't tell you. Alright, very obvious stuff, but he looked fucking surprised as all hell. And that I predicted that. That's why I knew it was going to be in the game. Whenever it was released, I'm like, holy fucking shit, I was right. I kind of had this weird, weird vibe. I don't know, but when I see it now, it's like, it's exactly how I thought it would be, but it doesn't work how I thought it would be. You know what I mean? Because of the customizations and shit, how idiots make it out to be. But it did serve a big part in the gun running update. And I don't know, I thought that was kind of cool how I was able to predict a vehicle. And it was kind of funny, this time around, I was predicting, me and Isaac, I think, I'm not too positive. I'm not saying I called out the Terabyte, but I am saying I called out another mobile operations center, but not on the same extent. I thought we were going to have another mobile ops center be like, I don't know, some kind of, hippie van or some shit, like, I don't know, some kind of like, not ATV, but an RV like thing. But I didn't okay, you saw what just passed us on the road, that big hunk of crap right there? That thing I'm aiming at. This thing, something like this, not like the Terabyte. I'm thinking something like that, right there. Something like this. Just a little bit bigger. And so that was my prediction. But of course, the Terabyte can be described as a... Well, let's just look at the page itself. Let's go by a Terabyte. The Terabyte. Does it have any actual description other than just its name? I don't think this even has a description. These don't have any descriptions. These have descriptions. This does not. Where the hell is the damn description? Well, anyway, it appears to be somewhat like how I thought of it to be, but I knew there was going to be another mobile ops center. I just didn't know what it was going to be. I had no idea of any functionality of the terabyte or anything like that. I'm not, like I said, me and Isaac were just talking about some stupid ass idea we had of there being like some kind of mobile ops center, either like some RV or perhaps even one on the ocean. I don't know if we even had that conversation, because I've had this conversation with multiple people. Besides Isaac, I'm not quite sure. I can't remember, quite frankly. But I do remember having a conversation with somebody. Like I said, it might have been Isaac, but for the most part, we basically called out another mobile ops center. Another mobile ops center came out. Not what we originally thought. So that does concern me that the next update that we're going to receive, I feel that the whole update with like a carrier out in the ocean, you know what I mean, to hold all your jets and shit, I feel something like that would be, for one, that's not going to happen. So don't get your panties up in a bunch, because for one, let me tell you why it's not going to happen. One being that, for one, it's going to be way too fucking expensive given the price of, you know, the recent DLC being After Hours. Alright, let's just point that out there. After Hours is not the most expensive update. I'm not convinced that it is. I'm convinced that gun running and what's that update called? Smuggler's Run were the two back-to-back updates, if we're counting both at the same time, because they really were a part to chain. They were almost the same update idea, but for the most part, a little bit different. One of them you're running guns, the other one you're running an air freight company or business that doesn't run, it runs everything but guns, I believe. So, because you see, what I like so much about the nightclubs is it's compatible for all your businesses, but yet again, you know, I find myself hardly using my nightclub anymore. I remember like the first few weeks I was boosting the popularity to it, and it was unique for like the first 3 weeks, and then after that I was done with it. For maybe 3.5 weeks I may have been barely fiddling around with some of the features and customizations of the nightclubs, but for the most part, yeah, it was kind of deadbeat. They came out with this shitty radio station, Los Santos Underground Radio. I mean, they came out with 2 shitty updates. Not updates. Answer to yourself. I love this song. They came out with Blonded Radio, which sucks balls. And then this garbage. I mean, it's alright. It's better than Blonded, but it's still... it's not quite as good as Vinewood Boulevard Radio, Worldwide FM, or Los Santos Rock Radio, or Nonstop Pop, or West Coast Classics, or Space FM. It's not as good as any of those radio stations. As far as this, I want to say, I hope they bring back older radio stations from each of the older Grand Theft Auto games, whether it be from what's it called? I wish that they bring back all the radio stations that were from all the songs from all the radio stations from San Andreas that were on the older with it. Okay, all the songs that were on San Andreas radio stations with the radio stations that were from San Andreas that are still here on Grand Theft Auto 5, for example, like Los Santos Radio turned into this. You see, back in San Andreas, West Coast Classics was this. And X Radio used to play grunge music, actually. I remember hearing bands like L7 and Rage Against the Machine. And I remember hearing Stone Temple Pilots and other bands alike, even Ozzy Osbourne to some extent. So, because, well, I mean, Ozzy Osbourne isn't grunge, but still, I mean, I remember hearing grunge bands and actually good rock bands playing on X Radio, and I hope that they bring all those songs back in like the next update. And so all the songs that were originally on this radio station, Los Santos Radio, get put on West Coast Classics. And they just add a few songs from that year, I guess. They just need to add more songs to the radio station and add some new cars and some new car modifications. What I would love to honestly see is you be able to like trick out the interior to your car like you could a lowrider with every car. This means adding plaques, adding stuff like different interior designs, different trim, color, and different bobbleheads perhaps, and different stick shifts, or just different a lot of things, you know what I mean? Because for me, and speakers and shit like that, I don't know, because to me it just seems like sometimes I have so much money I don't know what to do with it, but I want to upgrade my car because it doesn't feel complete because there's a lack of customizations. There are so many cars that have such shitty customizations. Basic modifications like speakers and shit like that would be great to just boost your fucking ride, my dude. Imagine changing out the different filters of your car to make them sound different. Like, that shit would be somewhat legit. I don't care what anyone says. They need to do a car modification and radio station update. Maybe even add a new gun, perhaps. Maybe like a new treasure gun. I've kind of wanted to see like a bow and arrow type thing that's like kind of like the railgun where it will insta-kill, but in the sniper range, but it's just a bow and arrow. The reload speed is slow, and then you got the delayed trigger and the draw and all that shit, but for the limited range. But I just want to see high damage and high accuracy and low recoil. Is what I want to see, kind of pattern going for a bow and arrow type shit because of the release, or perhaps even add a new musket or some shit. Oh god, I feel like I need to blow my nose. Like a big bore musket shotgun type of thing. I mean, musket shotguns, I guess, flintlock shotguns were more or less the type of shell put in to the musket itself, or the flintlock, that would shoot multiple balls, lead balls, multiple of them at the same time in different directions. Was kind of the ideal concept. I mean, let's be honest, we got a hatchet, basically, or a tomahawk, whatever you want to call it. This thing. We got this. I would love to see, because there's the thing about it, there's only 3 snipers. Imagine seeing a bow inside of there. And I mean, I don't know, to me that would be somewhat retarded. But I mean, at the same time, it would be somewhat fucking hilarious to shoot cops with bows. I don't care, Rockstar, just do it because you guys are awesome. Because you guys, I mean, like, let's be honest here. I mean, we already have a musket. I don't know where my musket went. I might have, to be honest with you, this might be my custom weapon loadout, because I might have put all the other guns on the hide thing, where it hides them from my inventory, where it won't let me select them, but I'm still have ownership of those guns. It just makes it easier for me to navigate through the guns I like, and the guns I don't like are in hide mode, where I don't have them in my inventory, but I still have them, so I don't have to buy them again. But it basically makes it so that I can basically have a good loadout going in. What this loadout ends up being typically is the AK-47 or the AK-12 in this case, well, AK-12 looking gun, and this I forget the name of the real gun that's based off of, but I know I can't think of the name of it, but I definitely know what it is. I just can't think of the name of it. And then they have this Tavor, like, well, not, I think this is more of a Tavor, but they have this bullpup style, and many people don't understand that there are like 3 bullpup weapons in this game. Maybe 4. Well, I don't really count shotguns as bullpup. But bullpup is basically where the magazine loads into the back, and so does the bolt carrier group. It loads up like where the stock would be, and at least that's what I perceive it to be. That's what I believe it is. I think that's the definition. I'm not too sure on that, but where the magazine loads, where the stock would be, is I believe that. Now, like I said, I'm not too for sure on that. I think that's what bullpup basically means, because that's what I've noticed in bullpup style weaponry. That's what I think it means. Alright, I'll have to look it up. I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Like, I'm 90% sure. That 10% comes out of curiosity. Then maybe there might be more to deal with the definition. Kind of like how SBRs, many people confuse those with SMGs, where SMGs are basically an SBR, or no, or like SMGs are your ordinary rifle, just they take, oh no, well, they're not rifles, they're more machine guns. So like you have okay, so any gun that is fully automatic, just fully automatic, that is a machine gun. Take the rifle or combat caliber you got, whether it be 5.56, 7.62, 308, or whatever you have loaded in there. Make that like 45 ACP, 38 special, 22 short instead of 22 rifled, that sort of thing. That's basically an SMG. Now, an SBR stands for short barreled rifle, and it's basically a rifle with a short barrel, so that the idea is that you can conceal the weapon a lot easier. But you know, I'm pretty sure there has to be a lot more done with the definition or defining an SBR, but I'm pretty sure that's what an SBR is. Well, no, I'm not pretty sure. I know that's what an SBR is. It's basically a short-barreled rifle. But, you know, certain things need qualifications to be defined as this or that. I guess it really depends on your state guidelines, but, you know, for that matter, I'm pretty sure bullpup weaponry basically loads from the back, or at least the bolt carry group is in the back where the stock would be, and that's also where you put your magazine in. I think that's going to do it for now. See you guys in the next one. Peace out. Have a nice day. Whatever.